Down moments. It's so strange. It actually has to do with Kash Money. So the first time we pitched it to another streaming platform, and Phil and I had prepared a deck, and it was so strange. It was during COVID, 2020. It was so strange because we pitched it, we had a whole presentation, we talked to everybody, we presented, I think, for a good 1.5 hours, taking you through the characters, taking you through everything, showing you the pilot. And then, after that, as soon as we were done, they're like, no, we don't want it.
Hello guys, welcome to the podcast, and today we have another amazing director and super producer from Insignia Productions. Her name is Grace Kahaki. Karibu sana, Grace.
Thank you.
I am so curious first.
Yes.
How did this partnership with Bresson start?
So, let's see. So I was doing one of my degrees at USIU because I had just moved not back to Kenya. I was raised in Malawi, went to school in South Africa, and then came here.
Ish.
I'm telling you. So then I met with Phil through a friend, and then I loved film, and then he had also just changed his partnership, and he was trying to restructure the company, and I got into film, and we really got along, and we had big goals and big dreams, and I feel like our ideas and our personalities just aligned. Yeah, and since 2009, I think. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I think. I could be
long.
wrong. Maths.
A decade plus.
Yes. Oh no, I've known him for over 14 years. Yes.
That's family now.
I'm telling you. I am telling you. Yes.
Now, how was it growing up in Malawi and later in SA?
In Malawi is a very, very tiny country. I grew up in a little town called Blantyre. It's beautiful. It's tiny. Half of the country is water. And so my mom was Kenyan, so she always wanted me to also kind of do some stuff here and, to get to know her side of just the world. And she was like, yeah, you should also, when you finish this degree in SA, come and do another degree in Kenya. So that's how I ended up here and never left.
Yeah. Kenya is very interesting and nice.
It's very interesting compared to Malawi. Definitely, it's faster, it's more advanced, it's beautiful. Just the diversity of the people. Malawi is what I call Malawi is it's my beautiful, safe home, if that makes sense. Small, but here this is like to me the bigger world where I got to really chase my dreams and be adventurous. Yes.
Now, when I watched the show,
which
Kash Money, you guys casted the most legendary actors to new ones.
Yes.
Legendary ones being Sanaipe Itande, Janet Mbugua, Joy Muthengi, Sibi Okumu, and now Amaritari, who's a new talent.
Yes.
What made them right for the show?
So some of the actors on the show we had worked with on other projects. Like for obviously Lenana, we've worked with for a very long time. But we challenged ourselves after Single Kiasi. Single Kiasi, for us, we worked with a lot of new people. So for us, it's an adventure of that thing of there are so many actors, and maybe we haven't worked with so and so, and honestly, it's that thing of don't. I know that the industry has this thing of people are blacklisted. Honestly, I don't believe in that. If you have a good relationship with somebody and they show you the respect for your working relationship and also the respect for their craft. For example, you see, you could be the most amazing person. You're always on set on time and etc. But you don't respect your craft, and you're not trying to grow it as an actor. You're not that strong, if that makes sense. So we might not work together. So we said, let's look at all the pool of actors, new to old, as in all of these people. So the names that were coming up, there were some names that we were considering, and we just felt like when we looked at them, we said these people are correct. And Phil can tell you the casting process took a long time.
How many months?
Sanaipe's character was the last one that we casted, so I'm going to say I think it took us 3 months to cast.
That's long.
Long.
That's long.
Yeah, and we had to get it right. We had to get it right.
And was there anyone that you said a yes only for later to say, sadly, they can't be part of the show?
No, there are some people that we shot the pilot 6 years ago. We shopped it around to, some other networks, etc., some other, productions. But, we got some yeses, some no's, etc. But now, the thing about your personal art is, am I allowed to swear?
Yes.
Okay, but you don't encourage it. Yeah. Okay. There's that saying, Erykah Badu says, I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit. That's fine, but you must make your art, but also you must step back at it. And look at it and look at the whole thing. So that's what happened to us when we did the pilot 6 years ago. And pilots are usually done like, you do them with your own money, you don't have a lot of budget, etc. You call in a lot of favors. So now stepping back, after the pilot, we then had to say, okay, some of these roles, could we get somebody better, etc. So I don't think there was nobody who we casted now for the final show that we changed our minds on. Everybody we selected, we are very happy with. I know it's a very political answer, but honestly, it's the truth.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Censorship in Kenya is a huge and a big deal.
Correct.
Top topics that you're currently not allowed to shoot for, let's assume, local TV station as compared to the streamers. Which ones are this?
Obviously, it's the easiest one is language. Everybody.
No cussing.
They're like, there's so many F-bombs. Well, like, this is how people talk when, they're in private. When you don't have cameras around, when you're mad about something, when you're excited, you will probably say, fuck. You're probably going to say it at some point. So we wanted them to be authentic, but also these characters are cool, they're flawed, all of them. Honestly, if you look at all the characters, what I love about our show is there's no good guy. Think about it. There's no good guy.
No.
Which is a representation of all of us. Yeah. All of us are good on some days, but to some people are bad. So all of us are flawed. That's what I liked about it. That's honestly what I liked about it. Wait, but your question was censorship. So censorship...
censorship topics, yes.
Swearing, obviously, you can't discuss LGBT issues. What else? For the other streaming platforms that we've worked with, stuff like nudity in sex scenes. What I definitely do love about our work is that we shoot all of our sex scenes in a tasteful way, and it's not gratuitous, as in we're not just saying, we're just going to have a sex scene to just show that, hey, people are having sex. No, we are showing you the extent of their relationships. Like, for example, when you first meet Lanana and Amara's character in the restaurant, you think they're having a business relationship, etc. They're having a business meeting, but then cut to...
I didn't think so. I saw through
it. The subtext was there.
Yes, the way she was passing, I was like, there has to be something.
There's something there,
yeah.
So at least to establish that these two are in a relationship, and it definitely is intimate. So you see, it wasn't a sex scene, like we didn't have any humping or whatever. It was just we showed you the nature of their relationship to show that these two... yes, they look goody two-shoes, but they are into BDSM and that sort of stuff. So to show you the sort of intimacy that they're on, and yet how complicated is this relationship to the point where you find out all of the cracks in their relationship and the secrets that come out. So nudity, the reason I keep talking around in circles. The reason why I brought that up is obviously nudity and sex scenes. We believe in shooting sex scenes that have a purpose. Not just for gratuitous, you're just seeing a woman's body, and we're not doing that. So that's the thing, honestly. Like right now with KFCB, the Film Commission, they're the ones who check all of our content and they classify it. So all of your stuff needs to have a point. So that's sex, language. What is that one? LGBT. Yeah.
Now for the streamers, specifically Netflix and a bit of Showmax because of the Single Kiasi. What was the one thing that they told you guys, this one cannot pass?
So they're different, right? So Single Kiasi is, in terms of the IP, Showmax owns it. So that's the difference. Yeah. So that's a Showmax show. They own that. It's their production, etc. We are hired to produce it for them. So they are very like they're very involved in the scripting. They have to read all the scripts. They send us notes, etc. Whereas in Kash Money with us, we own the IP, and that is always okay. As a producer, side note, that is a dream for every producer, is to own your content. If that is the one advice I can give everybody, is try your best, own your content. It may not make sense now, but trust me, in a couple of years, you'll be happy that you own the rights to your stuff. Trust me. So, anyways, Showmax is very involved. There's lots of rules. There's lots of, change this, etc. They have a very, very, very detailed feedback. For Netflix, we gave them the scripts. They just have to read through it and peruse. And they say, okay, cool, that's it. Because they respect that it's your idea, it's your baby, and they allow you to do your thing.
What has been the most fulfilling moment of your career? And the most down moment?
Of my career?
Yes.
Okay. I think as one of the best moments, it's so strange because I was on set and I received lots of calls. I'd been nominated. So the Women in Film Awards, they have, I think it was 2023. I had been nominated. I was like, okay, cool. I'm on set shooting Single Kiasi. And then I was called like one of the days. They're like, Grace, you won. I said, what? So I won Best Director. And for me, it was such a beautiful moment for me because I love directing. Phil is my mentor. I learned how to direct from him. He's a very detailed. Oh my goodness, he does not let any detail pass. Like, he is so obsessed with every single aspect of production. And I've also adapted that sort of just meticulous kind of attitude. So when I won Best Female Director, Best TV Director, TV Drama Director 2023, for me that was very validating, and I was extremely happy. Yeah, and especially, in my industry that's male dominated, to be recognized, especially by my peers, especially by women, I think that means more to me than anything else.
Yeah.
Down moments, it's so strange, it actually has to do with Kash Money. So the first time we pitched it to another streaming platform, and Phil and I had prepared a deck, and it was so strange. It was during COVID, 2020. It was so strange because we pitched it, we had a whole presentation, we talked to everybody, we presented, I think, for a good 1.5 hours, taking you through the characters, taking you through everything, showing you the pilot. And then, after that, as soon as we were done, they're like, no, we don't want it. And for us, this was somebody who we believed was like, oh my goodness, we're going to say yes. When I tell you, Phil and I put so much work into it, and it was, during COVID when, we had to let people go from the company. We are working from home. Finances are not good. So it felt like, for me, it was just, the last nail in the coffin. That was like one of the few times that I've cried. And Phil was like, it will be fine, I cried. I was so depressed. So that was
but at least things have changed.
I know, right? It's a testimony.
Totally the opposite. Yeah. And now it's like 5 years later.
Exactly. Yeah.
Things do change.
Yeah. So don't take, what I learned is that sometimes a no is just redirecting you down a different path sometimes. So don't take things personally.
Probably a better path.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've learned to be open to that. I used to take things very personally. I don't do that anymore.
Kash Money
Yes.
has been on the top viewed Kenyan TV series on Netflix since the premiere until now.
Yeah.
Even as far as today. Yet, in the past, we've seen producers saying Kenyan audience do not support their own. Do you think that is changing right now?
You see, for me, the conversation is it's a double-edged sword. You see, sometimes we hate social media, sometimes we love social media. So from when I started, before, the only thing we used to have was Facebook, right?
Yeah.
And then now, with all of these Twitter, X, now you call it, Twitter, X, Instagram, TikTok, I'm very thankful because certain social media has really helped to just the awareness of our shows.
Yeah.
I think it has really helped us in terms of, okay, cool, this show is coming out. We are getting all of our people who have never met me. they're seeing it, they're seeing you posting it, they're sharing it. So there's something about the social media generation for sure. Having your phone there and just one little click can really help you reach so many people and create that sort of awareness about it. I am so happy about it. So for me, it is a testament, though, because there are some shows that we did, like maybe 8 years ago, we felt like they were amazing shows, but they didn't get the sort of love. So it's a mixture of right timing and also social media. Social media has definitely helped us because honestly, we get DMs saying, oh my God, I love the show. People I've never met before. They're just showing you love. So I want to definitely say, I think Kenyan audiences are supportive. They have proven that to me.
What have you learned running a production company through COVID, budget cuts, and just the challenges that are in the industry?
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I've learned many things. I think most importantly for me is to be flexible. Be flexible because things change. And there was a time before COVID, we had 4 shows on air on NTV and KTN at the same time. And for me, that was like one of the highlights. I was like, oh my goodness, wow, we're doing so well. And then COVID happened. Yeah. We were approached and said, hey, we can't afford these shows. We are literally giving you 50% of the budget. 50. And you know what local stations pay. They said, we can only pay you 50 of what you guys are being paid now. So Phil and I had to re-strategize and say, okay, so now what does that mean? So then if this is the money that, we're using to support our business in terms of like payroll, in terms of rent, etc. So then does that mean that you then come to your employees and say, okay, so now we can only pay you half your salary? But now your employees are like, yeah, but my landlord still wants his full rent.
Same rent.
Yeah, he's not doing half rent. So that for us was very scary. So we had to re-strategize. Obviously, like we had to let some people go, like most companies did also. So I think you don't get comfortable. Be flexible and don't get comfortable. Because if Phil and I were still doing what we were doing 10 years ago, I don't think our business would be where it is. And it's also to be open to other ideas. It's the smartest thing, I think, what we've also done is we've diversified in terms of reaching out to other people and talking to other producers. You're seeing how other people are doing it. Like we got ideas also from other people, and we also, with ourselves, challenged ourselves to try other things. So in the beginning, we only used to do TV shows. But now if TV shows are not sustainable, we then had to branch out. We're like, we are a production company, so we should still also be looking more into commercials. Can we also do radio ads? Can we also then, do other creative work, etc.? Because unfortunately, where the Kenyan industry is that you can't really support your business on just TV alone.
No, you can't be niche.
You can't be niche. We're not being paid, millions of dollars yet. Yet, I hope we will. But we're not there yet. So, if you're only getting that one TV show a year, is that going to sustain your rent for 12 months? No, it's not. So, diversify. As I said, be flexible and be open to ideas. And we now started, showing that as Insignia, we can also do commercials, we can also do creative, we can also do animation. We started really, really getting into that craft. And because of that, actually, we have been able to sustain the business. And honestly, from when Phil and I started to now, the growth has been exponential. Yeah.
Which production is your favorite to shoot? TV production, commercials, animations? Which one is your favorite?
It's different. I won't lie. So, commercials is like, you shoot for 2 days. Yeah, you shoot how many hours, and 2 whole days, and you're creating a 30-second product. It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
I never understand it. So 30 seconds, and it's amazing. But it's nice because it's more okay. There's budget, like it's very luxury in terms of the client. They come with the budget, etc. They really want to splurge. But you're only in terms of my background is psychology, so I'm very interested in people. I love people. That's why I love scripting and storytelling. So it's nice because it's so TV commercials. It's fun. It's high pressure, but it's 2 days. It's cool. It's beautiful. good. TV shows, for me, I think I love them more because you get to spend time with people. Like somebody like Amara, it was her first TV show. Yeah. So I remember she did her audition with me, right? And what I love about actually all of my actors is that they take direction so well. So I'd sit with Amara and we'd discuss the character, and I'd give her hints, I'd give her things that, okay, and then she'd try this and try different techniques. And you get to really see somebody grow. Yeah. Like, I even told her, like, I think from day one to, like, midway through the production, I was like, you don't know how much you've grown in terms of her performance. Like, she would be so in her body and scared, but she would push herself. And the thing is, actors need feedback. I strongly believe that actors need feedback. If I don't like what you're doing, I'll ask you, why are you holding your elbow? Would she do that? I'd ask you. Yes. And so the best way that I interact with you is I ask you questions. Ask you why. So you need to tell me why you're doing that. So if you can then understand your character and explain it to me, you're really getting into depth of your character. So so getting involved and watching this character come to life, for me, it's like you're creating a painting and you're seeing it come to life. For me, that's exciting, and so I'd have to say, yeah, TV shows. Okay. I'm a big art person. Sorry.
Insignia Productions has gone global.
It has.
What are some of the productions that you guys have done internationally?
Internationally, I mean, obviously Single Kiasi. I mean, my sister, my older sister in Malawi is always like, oh my goodness, I can't believe your stuff is on Showmax. So she was so proud of me. And then now us going to Netflix, she was like, you're on Netflix. I know, it's like, it feels like I need to whisper because sometimes I blow my own mind. She was like, you're on Netflix, it's crazy. So there's that. We did a project with Phil. It should be coming out soon. We shot something in New York. I mean, right now I love that we're now looking outwards. We're also trying to partner with more people, like, Nigerians, South Africans. We have some collaborations that we've also been talking to. So let's keep on growing. And honestly, I know it sounds cliche. Oh, we should work together. Hey, guy, my guy, we should work together. No. I am very.
This is a true.
No, yeah. Let's work together. Honestly, let's work together. If a South African production wants to work with us, we are open to it, and those are the conversations right now that we're having. Yeah.
Single Kiasi.
Yes.
When I get the Showmax most streamed shows, the yearly
drama, please, the most highest viewed drama, please get it right.
But still, among the most viewed shows showing on Showmax, you cannot miss Single Kiasi on top 10 list. Yes. Why do Kenyans love this show so much?
I think the way that I understand it, and every time that I talk about it, is I think that it's because it is relatable and it is true. As somebody who has dated in Kenya, this show is about being in your 30s as a woman and dating in Nairobi.
It is hell.
Amen. You can say that again. Dating in this city, they will put you through all the character development and everything. Honestly, like, there is nothing that women have not seen if you are dating the male species. Please, they have seen it all. And what I love about our writers' room is, so usually we have these workshops, and 90% of the writers of Single Kiasi are women in their 30s. So you get why that's why it's relatable, because everybody, me, all of our producers, all of the writers, they come into the room with a story and they're like, hey, this and this happened to my friend. So everybody's coming in there with ideas of stuff that has happened. So we're just adding to it, or we're creating stuff. But these are things that are authentic and that are true. And there's nothing like dating in this Nairobi city. It's a roller coaster.
It's an extreme sport. I'm a woman who's in their 30s and single, and I know.
There you go.
It's an extreme sport.
There you go. We are together. Tuko pamoja. Yes. Where
do you think the government is doing enough to support the local industry?
No.
Why?
I think, how do I say this? I think that they can do better in terms of, you see, like the children. No, I'm not. I'm not being condescending, but the younger generation that's coming up now, the ones that are studying film, they're now coming in and seeing us, and they're like, oh, you guys are doing well, etc. But I'm sorry to say is that we didn't really have any assistance at all from the government, and we've had to scratch to get here. So it's for something like Kash Money. Something like Kash Money, we had, I mean, if Netflix hadn't said yes, and Netflix is an international external organization, we went to ask Phil, we went to so many doors in order to get funding, in order to just shoot it ourselves, but we got so many no's. All of these bodies, all of the creative art bodies, sometimes it's so difficult to know the right person. So I think for me, it's the thing of awareness. That's my issue right now, because these producers, the ones who are the ones who are part of these government bodies, like, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I don't feel like they reach out to us and they tell us what's available. If there is, for example, if there's a fund that is available to help filmmakers, etc., they don't make us aware of it. How are we supposed to know? Like, so we even just, if we wanted to have shot Kash Money by ourselves, funding wise, we would not even know who to approach. Like, for us, the easiest thing is just to go to our bank and ask for a loan. That would be the fastest way. But if there's an actual fund that maybe has millions and billions of Kenyan shillings that are set aside for filmmakers or street creatives, I'm not gonna lie, the awareness is what is lacking. That the money could be there, but us, we don't know. So I think they could do more in terms of just going around talking to production houses and asking, what do you guys need? What's going on? What are the issues? Because it feels more political, and it doesn't feel like you're trying to get involved in the creative arts and find out what are the needs of the people, the younger generation, and also us. How do they help us? There's no connection. There's a disconnect, in my opinion.
Are the local brands, and this is the private sector, open to partnering and even sponsor part of the production that you guys do?
In my experience, yes. We are lucky enough that we had some conversations with certain local brands that were definitely interested, and I don't think if there's when I tell you we have pitched to over 20 different companies, and we went out there and we put our best foot forward. We're like, hey, we need some money. We're trying to have the premiere for this thing. We have a show that's coming out. We need your help. We're trying to get money for marketing. We want to push and make as much noise as possible. I mean, we got, as I keep saying, we got lots of no's, but we definitely got some yeses. So I feel like the private sector is more open to it. Because, for example, right now, if I said I want to approach, a shoe brand to say, hey, all my characters in the show are gonna wear your shoes. At least I have some ideas top of mind right now who I could think to go talk to.
Yeah.
But in government, I'm not gonna lie. Who am I supposed to go see? Who?
Bureaucracy.
That's my thing. Is that there's no,
and everyone wants something.
Yes, you don't know. Yes, handshake. Yes. So that's what I'm saying. Is there's no. At least if I say these local brands that make dresses, you know them, right?
Yeah.
I can tell you so many. G, Vivo, Icon, all of these clothing brands. Yeah. There's so many of them. At least we know that there is a way to get to them.
Yeah.
Even if it's a DM, even if they have a contact number, hey, can I send you an email? We can send them an email and tell you this is our proposal. It's easier to do that in the private sector, but in Gava, who am I talking to? Who am I sending this email to? Yes, and who's the right person? That, to me, that sort of awareness is still not there, and it's quite, as in literally, like you said, handshakes, too many handshakes.
Now, if you had a chance to shoot a book, which one will it be?
I'm literally always going to say The Color Purple, but I mean, it's already been done. It's one of my favorites. A book. So one of my favorite books is called 100 Years of Solitude. They've just done a Netflix series this year.
I loved it.
Yes.
I loved it.
That's one of my favorite books growing up. Most of actually all my favorite books have been done. What else? I mean, Americana hasn't been turned into a book, has it? Chimamanda's book, it hasn't been turned into a movie.
No.
Yes, Chimamanda Ngozi's book, Americana.
Only
that
half sun.
Yes, half of a yellow sun. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So Americana.
Americana.
Yes. I love it.
Will you ever go back to practicing psychology?
I feel like my job is practicing psychology.
In an indirect way, yes.
It really is. Think about it. If I'm scripting, so even like when we're talking about our scripts, right? If we're reading a certain character and we're like, so for Single Kiasi, we're like, Mariah, you need to know her psychology. Be like, why is she talking like this? Be like, if a new writer writes a scene, we'll be like, no, that is not how she talks. That is not what she doesn't think like this. You also need to understand what is her personality type, how is she classified, and how does she think? What are her motivations? Why is she doing this? What trauma has she been through? So honestly, I'm not gonna lie, there's lots of psychology involved in film, for sure.
Running a production company is like running a company with landmines.
All day.
In that,
all day.
You can be sued at any time.
All
So the contracts have to be right.
Yes.
An actor has issues, has grudge, you can be sued, copyright issues and all that. So do you have a lawyer on retainer?
Yes, so we do. I think that's something that we've definitely taken very seriously as the company has grown. All of our contracts, whether it's crew, cast, music, anything like that, location agreement, anything like that, all of our contracts are actually, they go through our lawyers first. And they will fine tune them, they'll add the clauses, etc. So I think also as you grow, what you need to learn is that you don't know everything, right? So you don't know everything, and certain issues maybe they'll come up before, and it'll be like, oh, we didn't have the foresight to see this, so let's include this in the contract. So I feel like it is important have legally binding contracts with people, and also have them aware. So if I tell you this is your contract, if you're saying you're going to work for me for 2 days, please work for me for 2 days. We agree on the terms and conditions. And if you breach the contract, these are the consequences. And you will read it, and I will sign it, and you also have your lawyer sign it, so that we all know what we have agreed to. So that you don't say that, oh no, this and this and this and this. Yeah, for sure. It's very important.
When you look at your budget for costume, wardrobe, and then you look at the production aspect, the legal aspect, and what else? Food on set, transport, and all equipment and all that.
Yeah.
Where is legal in that list?
And it's under pre-production. So yes, so the lawyers need to they need to actually
in terms of the magnitude of how much you spend. Is it a top 1, top 3?
No, because it depends on the project. So I'd say if it's just for a project, they're just coming up with the contract. They're just checking it out for us. For example, if we've been given a contract by someone, they're just reviewing it and telling us, hey, listen, this clause is not in your favor. And they're doing that for us. Or if it's a new contract that we want them to come up with, that's usually more expensive. But yeah, it's not no transport, food, my goodness, crew.
That's like
those
daily
are
bill.
No, yeah. Fuel, and with the fuel prices that keep doing this, those also go up and down. So illegal, I'd say it's about like 5%. Yeah,
so decent amount.
Decent for sure.
I went through your online pages. Nothing private. I want to know, for the single guys, are you taken? Are you pambanaring with Single Kiasi people? Where are you in this Nairobi?
Wow, my ears just got hot. And she's asking me this on Valentine's Day. I just want you to know. Really?
Yes.
Where? She's trying to get me shot. I am dating.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Nice. Let's leave it to that. Now you know. Hayuko kwa market. Yeah. Now, we laughed at Nollywood when they were starting the industry. They were churning out a lot of movies, but some of them were substandard. But we were talking too much and laughing at them. Now they're so far.
Exactly.
They're extremely far.
Exactly.
They're on the same level as, or actually better than Bollywood right now.
For sure.
Almost Hollywood kind of level. Where do you think Kenyan industry is now?
But you see, that's the thing about, we were making fun of them, but it's that thing of, I always tell my actors, you need to practice your craft. You see, if you're not acting, it's like a muscle that, you're not exercising. If you're over there, you're doing crunches and you're doing sit-ups, kila siku, as in, you had that six-pack, it was there.
Yeah.
But now, if you're not doing those workouts, six-pack inaenda. So then what happens? These guys, they practice their craft. They were perfecting it. Yes, fine, they were doing those weird, shady things, but they were trying to perfect something. It's your practicing. And honestly, right now, look at that. Okay, even just look at the Nigerian music videos. Do they not look gorgeous?
Stunning. Even the sets.
Yes. When I tell you, it was like Phil's dream to get a production designer from Nollywood, because he was so in love with one of these guys who did a set for one of these music videos. Honestly, they have believe in yourself, and they believed in themselves, and they improved. It's the same thing, even us. If you look at the work we were doing 12 years ago and where we are now, if we didn't keep on, shooting and perfecting ourselves, honestly, right now, I'm so proud of our productions, as in the quality of what we have on Netflix is amazing. And everybody's told me, oh my goodness, it's Netflix quality. That is the biggest compliment to me, because we did it ourselves. And, and we didn't have, Hollywood budgets. So from where we have come from, we kept on exercising and, working that muscle and getting better storytellers and becoming better filmmakers, cinematographers, everything. So we have also sharpened our tools. So us as Kenya, I think we have a long way to go, but we are doing well. We are doing well. Because I love also the stuff that's coming out from other productions. And I think that's the thing about us as producers. We need to support each other. Because honestly, right now, we have, there was Big Girl, Small World came out last year.
Yes.
It was a story that had, a plus-size woman as the lead. I don't think we've seen that before or in anything recent. That's amazing. So we should keep on doing that. What is this thing called? Ruben's thing, More Fire. More Fire, it was shot in Nairobi uni. It's a different genre, etc. But that sort of stuff, we keep on doing it, and we keep on sharpening our tools. And if we keep on supporting each other and we keep on watching, we are actually we need to look at each other, yes, as competition, but also as motivation. You get what I'm saying? Yes, I can be like, okay, they've done, okay, so I would have done this and this better. But, who is their stylist? Who is their stylist? I need to also work with them. Who is their set designer? As in, still find motivation and positivity in other people's art. That's the thing, so that we encourage each other. Being like, hey, your soundtrack to your thing was killer. Volume soundtrack was so good. Honestly, to me, I loved I think, and it was all original creations. I think Tosh did an amazing job. So just that, incorporating the music, etc., I think it was such a brilliant thing. So if we keep on encouraging each other, yes, you can be angry that, oh man, he's gotten the job I wanted, but let it still motivate. Yes, support each other. Yeah. So, I mean, South Africa is still number 1. Nigeria is also, there. I think in my head we are number 3. So we need to push, and we can make it to number 2, guys. Number 1 is where we want to go. So let's keep pushing. Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming.
Karibu.
Until next time.
Thank you for having me.
Release more. I'll be here to interview you.
And thank you so much for supporting local content and actually just having us on your platform, because it's these sorts of things that help us to, create awareness about our art and help us to push. Yes, and thank you so much, the Kenyan industry, because they have supported Kash Money. I thought Single Kiasi had seen a lot of love, but Kash Money, honestly, the Kenyan audience, you guys, you've been amazing. We're very proud. We're very grateful.
Okay. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys on the next one. Kwaheri.